Are you lost, baby girl?
I was
I
ready for
No.
that. Ooh, I kind of like it. That's funny.
I guess that concludes what we're going to be talking about today.
Maybe you mean
Concludes.
introduce it,
Yeah. Introduce.
alludes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alludes. Welcome back to A Room in This World with
Jupiter.
and Pluto. Yay, we're back. Better than ever. And we'll be talking about, if you didn't already catch that by what I said in the beginning, we're going to be talking about 365 days.
Mhm.
It's one of those for the girls and gays. Can I even say
Wow.
that?
Yes, we can. We're saying it
Okay,
now.
yeah. Straight boys, get out of here.
I don't think we have any straight boys listening to us, I'm afraid.
Me neither. Where should we begin?
With the movie?
Okay. So the movie, essentially, for those of you who don't already know what it
Mhm.
is about a mafia boss that kidnaps a girl,
Mhm.
um, and makes her love him, and she gets 365 days to do that. Is the
Yeah.
concept.
Yeah.
But he's also like a very kinky mafia boss. Extremely.
Mm. He makes Christian Grey look very vanilla.
Yeah. It basically it has a lot of I don't know how to explain it, but it starts with like this scene where he and his father, who is the current mafia boss, are like doing this trade thing, and I think they're turning them down, and then the father gets killed in front of the guy's face. But
Mm.
before the father gets killed, he sees this girl. What's her name?
Um.
His name is Massimo.
Oh yeah, Massimo, and I think her name is maybe Jessica. I feel like that's wrong. Anna?
Massimo?
Hang on, I must have written it down.
Laura!
Laura.
Or Laura.
Laura. Oh
Laura.
no, that's a bad name for me.
That is a bad name. We're not gonna get into details of why. He sees her, so he like because he gets like shot as well. So the
Mm,
bullet goes in his dad and then in him, but he survives obviously.
yeah.
But when he like dreams of her when he's in the hospital or something, so he
Mm,
spends a lot of his days looking for her, and she's
yeah.
like this Polish businesswoman, hardcore, and she's
Mm,
with this boyfriend, and they go to Italy on her vacation for her 29th birthday,
mm,
and her boyfriend is basically kind of shit to her,
yeah.
and then she gets into a fight with her boyfriend. She walks around, and suddenly she's kidnapped. And when she wakes up, she's with Massimo, or she's alone, but then she goes to this room and there's a big ass picture of her,
Mm.
like a painting of her face. Run for the hills if you ever come across that.
Red flag alert.
And then Massimo comes in and he is super creepy and rapey.
Mm.
Trigger warning.
Oh, that is a trigger warning. Don't watch it if you can't watch movies about rape, I guess.
I don't understand because a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, like the new 50 Shades and blah blah," and I'm like, most of what he seems to do seems to be like rape.
Mm.
That is
Sure.
not a healthy kink to have.
Mm. Say what you will about Christian Grey, but I don't think he ever raped Anna. But then I haven't seen all the movies, so I can't really
He
say.
didn't. They had a fucking
Mm.
contract. She has to write written
Mm.
consent.
Yeah, true. So say what you will about Christian Grey, but at least he stands consent.
He stands consent.
Yeah.
That Massimo does not stand
Mhm.
consent.
He is out
And
here
that's,
cancelling it.
and that's why we don't stand him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Maximus trash.
Oh shit.
Mhm.
So she gets kidnapped and he's like, I've been looking for you, like I think you're the one, blah blah, and I'll give you 365 days to fall in love with me. And basically she's like she teases him a lot. Like she's like, I don't know how to explain it, but she like entices him, but she's like, haha, bitch, you can't touch me.
Oh yeah, she teases him a lot, and then he's like, "Don't tempt me or don't tease me."
Yeah, and he's like he like wants her to teach him how to be gentle.
Mm,
And I'm like, where does that part come in? But actually,
mm,
everyone's like, oh my god, this is super kinky and freaky and blah blah. But like all the
mm.
sex scenes were just vanilla.
That is so true. There was no kinky shit in it, except that one single time when like
Yeah.
she goes into his room and like she tries to tease him, like she's in a bathrobe and she's like, I'm gonna tease you, and he like takes off his towel that he was wearing and he's like proper naked, but she's like, I'm not gonna do it. So then he like proper like ties her to this bed, puts one of those leg
Yeah.
spreader things on her, like the ones that if you move they get like wider, and she's oh, but at least he doesn't rape her. I was thought he was gonna rape her. He didn't. Instead, another girl comes in and like sucks him off. Oh, this is not for children. Jeez, I wasn't ready for this.
uh
um, yeah, and like it's really weird. But he's like making eye contact with her the whole time. He's getting like sucked off.
yeah, it's sweet. It's like he wants her to fall in love with him, but
Mm.
how does watching another woman suck him off make you
Mm.
fall in love with him or like him more?
Literally big oof. Run.
Run, girl. And that's the only like kinky shit they did.
Mm.
There was no whips. Was no nothing. It was just plain vanilla sex.
Is that what you wanted?
Yes. Hello. We need
Yeah.
some Christian Grey up in here.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
Chains and whips excite me.
Wow, keeping that in.
No.
um,
um, where were we in the plot? She teases him. Oh, and then there's this scene where like she decides like she goes to a party with him and she like looks hella
mm,
hot, and then
mm,
she decides to like mess around with one of his mates or whatever, or a guy, and
mm.
then that guy becomes really,
Aggressive and tries to rape
yeah,
her.
like touchy feely,
Mm,
and then Massimo breaks in, and then he blames her for wearing what she was wearing, and she's like, it's not my fault that your friend wants to rape me, like, you go girl, you tell
mm.
him.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it was nice that she stood up for herself. Mostly in these kind of movies, the female leads usually are really bland.
Yeah.
Laura is not bland, so good for her.
Yeah. um and then she like just comes with him to all these different things and business things
Mm.
he does. She also sees him like kill a person
Yes.
in the start. um
Mm. As she was trying to escape.
yeah.
Mm.
um and but it's like Massimo's like, oh, but it's right for us to do it because he was child trafficking, so I'm allowed to shoot
Mm.
this guy.
Mm.
And then they go on this cruise ship, and everything is still the same. Like she's still not. She's still like entices him and all. But then this
Mm.
really stupid ass fucking scene happens where they go out on deck, and she
Mhm.
falls over, and she
Mm.
like pretends to have a hard time to swim and almost dies. But that she
Mm.
doesn't really almost die. She's right by the fucking boat, and
Mm.
he jumps down and saves her
Mm.
ish, and she's like, And then she's like, "Oh my god, I'm in love with this dude," and then they fuck.
Mm. Oh yeah, and this time it's consensual.
And then that's all they do for like a while, and
Mm.
they go around, but then suddenly she's like shipped off to Poland.
Because his ex-girlfriend re-enters the scene and like threatens Laura's life in like some
Oh
mask
yeah.
ball. It's so random.
So she's like just cut off from Massimo and sent back to Poland, where she gets an extreme makeover with her friend,
Mm.
um, who she tells everything to, and then her boyfriend appears and like, well, at this bar she went to, her boyfriend comes and he follows her home, and
Mm.
as she opens the door, Massimo is in there, and then the boyfriend leaves. She goes inside, and they're like
Mm.
reunion, and she tells
Mm.
him that she doesn't need 365 days to fall in love with him because she already loves him.
Mm.
They fuck again. No surprise
Oh,
there.
against like the glass windows.
Yes. All I could think of in that scene was that
Mm.
people must have seen them and they wouldn't
Mm.
know that they were filming and it wasn't real.
Ah, yeah, that's true. How would they have filmed that shot though? It must have been like a drone shot.
Yeah, probably.
Mm. Some people might not have seen the drone, so they're just like, the fuck?
The fuck? Um, and then she goes back to. Wait, doesn't he propose to her?
Yeah, okay, they wake up after they have sex this time, and then like, um, he wakes up and he's like, "Hey, do you want to marry me?" And before she can say yes, there is a ring already on her finger. That freaks me out. Like, imagine,
Wait.
remember if she said no, big oof. Thing is that she only just admitted like a day ago that she loved him or whatever.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean she's ready for marriage.
And they haven't known each other for a year even.
Yeah, they've known each other for a couple months.
Yeah. And then she goes back to with him with her
Mm,
friend
mm,
so that, and they start like doing wedding preparations and all that, and she
mm.
finds out that she's pregnant
Yeah.
with his child, and she wants to keep the baby and be with him,
Mm,
and they're about to go home, I think, in the
yeah, yeah.
car when they the like
Mm.
Massimo's,
I'm gonna say uncle, maybe.
oh yeah, uncle realizes that she's gonna get killed,
Mm,
and he hurries back to Massimo, but when he reaches Massimo, she is already dead,
mm.
presumably.
Yeah, I think it's implied that she's dead, but we don't really get to see it.
Yeah, I think if there's gonna be a number two, she's probably just kidnapped
Mm,
and extorted for money or something.
mm. Wouldn't be surprised. What are they gonna call the sequel?
No idea. 364 days. And then Massimo cries. And he's like,
Mm.
no.
And there's like a flashback to when he first saw her on that beach, and that's how it ends,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I
Hmm.
really didn't think, I did think, because she has like a weak heart of a sort, like she
Mm,
faints and all. So I was thinking in the start that maybe she would die of whatever condition she has, so
mm,
they would make it sad. But the whole thing with the girlfriend and the killing, I just didn't foresee,
mm.
or the ex girlfriend, I guess it would be.
Yeah.
And then it's also if they killed her, they
Mm.
didn't only kill her; they killed her friend and that other guy that I really liked.
The only guy you like in the movie.
The only person in the movie I like,
Yeah,
which was,
honestly.
I don't know what he was. Was he a butler of sorts?
I'm not sure. I think he was just in the business and he was like the funny character, I guess.
Yeah, the comedic relief.
Mm. I wouldn't really call him that, but he was
Yeah,
good
neither. He was so nice.
enough. Mm.
Love of my life.
I say that so much.
And yeah, that was the movie. Um,
Mm.
it's not a good movie.
What's your rating?
Oh my god, like 1 star.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's so bad. It wasn't. It just seemed like a bunch of scenes slapped together. Nothing really made proper sense. And like, what was the point of showing us that she was like a businesswoman? It never came into play in the movie
Mm.
that she was a businesswoman in this company. And honestly, the mafia thing
Mm.
really didn't play a role either, except for the fact that he has a crazy ex girlfriend and
Mm.
people that wants to kill.
Honestly, if you, yeah.
But then again,
Mhm. Mhm.
we wouldn't like there to be a lot of mafia business talk.
True. This movie knows what it is at least, and it's just like a softcore porn. Some
Yeah,
people.
it really is. We had a word for it when 50 Shades came out.
Mhm. Is it Norwegian?
Yeah, it's like husmorsporno, which means like house mother or stay at home mom porn.
That is so accurate. Wow.
Yeah. And so basically I didn't watch the first one, the first 50 Shades. I watched it like with a friend and not in the movies. But a
Mm.
lot, I know people who went to the movies to watch it, and there was like just a bunch of like women in their late 30s, early 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Mm. Also,
a bit grim.
why would you want to go see that on the big screen?
Yeah, I know. That'd be so awkward. To be fair, I
Mm.
never watched the second or the third one, but I
Mm.
remember that after watching the first one, I
Mm.
liked parts of the love story
Mm. Like what?
between the two. I don't remember now because it's been so long since I've seen the movie. But like I didn't necessarily enjoy the kinky bits because it was just weird to watch.
Mm. Mm.
Um, but the love story, I was like, ooh, I like it. And I hear that they like get married or something or have a child in the books at least.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I know, like, I think in the third movie, like, one of the things is, oh, she's pregnant, and then
Yeah.
something happens, I guess. But I haven't actually seen the third movie. I've seen the second movie though.
You've seen the second one. Is that when they
Yeah.
get married?
No, they he proposes to her.
Ah. Thing
Mm.
is, I just can't stand Anastasia.
Oh, I can't stand any of them. I don't like anything that happens in those movies.
I can stand Christian Grey. Like,
Yeah, just as
please
hot.
let me in, Grey.
Oh, he was the werewolf in Once Upon a Time, and like that's where I
Oh my
know
god.
him from. Do you remember?
See that I didn't know that until you said that to me some while ago, and that
Mm,
shook me to the core.
mm. I didn't realize till I rewatched Once Upon a Time. I was like, it's Christian Grey. He's a werewolf in this show about fairy tales.
I mean,
Iconic.
he's a hot boy.
Mm. What's his
Um,
name? Jamie Dornan. Yeah, he's good looking.
he's hot, but I just don't like. Well, Anastasia. Well, what's her real name?
Dakota Johnson.
Yeah, she does a real good job portraying her.
Mm.
I just hate the character. The way she like
Mm.
it looks like she's gonna cry at every fucking moment of her life. And it
Mm.
looks like she's the most scared girl you'll ever meet.
Yeah, I maybe some people identify with that, but I think she's supposed to be a self-insert character, and I think that's why she has like no personality. And like the one thing I remember is like she likes books, right, or something like that. And like that's her one thing that that's her one personality trait that she likes to read.
She likes to read.
But again, it's also just another porn movie, really. So like they
Yeah.
don't need to have personality. They don't need to be anything interesting because people are only there for the sex.
I think this one was just trying to dethrone 50 Shades.
Mm.
Yeah, that's that.
Mm. Do you have anything more to add? I mean, I have some notes.
Yeah, go on.
My first note, at least it doesn't look like a TV movie. That's the bar for me. It
A
surpassed that.
TV movie?
Yeah, you know, you see a TV movie, they look really bad in terms of like quality, and I don't think it looks bad like in terms of the way it was like shot, I guess.
Some of the cinematography in it
Mm,
isn't bad.
yeah.
Like, if the content would have been different, it would have been a good movie cinematography wise because
Mm,
it's some cool shots in there.
yeah. Nothing revolutionary, but like not every movie has to be revolutionary, you know?
Yeah.
There's some funny quotes I wrote down.
Okay.
Oh, you lost baby girl, of course, of course.
Of course. Iconic.
um Why are you so disobedient? I didn't like that. Jeez. Why? I can't even read my handwriting because I wasn't paying attention when I was writing this. Um, some other notes. The editing was actually bad. Like I've never been like, oh yeah, editing like it's so bad. But this was so trash. I didn't understand anything that was happening. There was no like structure. I was like, what is happening? The scene, like they just go from scene to scene without any sort of link or structure or anything like that. It was
Yeah.
genuinely awful.
And they had this like the scene where they eat together. I got like
Mm.
Beauty and the Beast vibes, and I didn't like that they put that
Mm.
in there.
Because you like Beauty and the Beast or because you don't like
Yeah, like please don't ruin my childhood.
mm. Yeah, I guess he's a beast.
Yeah.
But like it wasn't about oh see his inner beauty, like it had none of the themes or like nuances of Beauty and the Beast. It's just a
Nope.
random movie about who knows.
And when it came down to it, it was all just vanilla sex.
It really was very disappointing. Oh, I would like to this one shot with the mirrors in the changing room. Do you remember that? Where like it goes and you're looking at one thing and then like it turns and it you realize you're looking at something else. I don't know how to explain it, but that was the one shot I was like, nice.
I don't remember that.
Okay, it wasn't that special, but I just liked it in the moment. And my final note is the acting, big oof, so bad,
Yeah.
so bad. I honestly, whoever directed this, who, honestly, they look like it was, the acting was like on par to like some YouTube fan made movie. Like it was maybe even worse than that because it was just so bad. Like you couldn't believe anything they were saying. And the way the actors like interacted with each other was like it felt unnatural and like I not just exaggerating but like say you go to shake someone's hand like you know you can shake someone's hand but when they touched each other it felt so weird like and like they didn't rehearse it enough to make it look normal. It just looks like you were watching someone try to act like it but
Yeah.
they were failing miserably.
It was one scene in the start when Laura goes to that room where she sees the picture of herself,
Mm.
and basically she tries to run and leave, and then Massimo picks her up and like throws her down in a chair,
Yeah.
and the way she's like the position she is put in is like with her
Mm.
arm back, and she just holds it, and it looks so unnatural. I was like cackling
Mm.
when that happened.
It's like you know when people pretend to faint and they like have a hand on their forehead, like oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
the level we're talking about. Ooh.
That is the level. It's quite bad. Like overall, this movie just is shit.
mm.
And Massimo makes Christian Grey look like the kindest guy with no king.
Honestly,
But then again, Christian Grey isn't a rapist.
true.
What's your overall rating?
Uh, I'd say yeah, 1 star.
1 star?
Mm. Half a
Yeah.
star is a bit mean, I think.
Yeah.
Did I, apart from the cinematography, I really couldn't compliment anything.
Honestly, it was
Mm.
so dramatic as well. Like the music was so dramatic all the
Mm.
time.
And it kind of didn't fit because at the beginning they were like, Laura's Polish, so she's speaking in Polish. Massimo's Italian, so he's speaking in Italian, but all the music is like in English, and it just felt so like it pulled me out just a little bit because
It's almost like Terrace House.
oof, oof, oof. I can accept it in Terrace House. I cannot accept it here.
Yeah, I'm so glad Terrace House coming soon.
Yeah.
But for them it works.
Mm. Because it doesn't feel so, I don't know. They don't play music a lot though. It's more like they play it at like the big, like when big moments happen. But this, like every single second, there was like no silence. It was always just music. Maybe not every
Yeah.
single second, but like a lot of it
I
unnecessary.
really thought it was for some reason because of their accents, like they have quite heavy accents.
Mm.
I thought that it was dubbed. I was like trying to see if the sound matched the lips when they moved, like when they spoke,
Mm.
but I don't think it's dubbed.
Ah, that reminded me. I thought maybe it would have been better, like the acting would have been better if they spoke in their own languages because maybe speaking in English made their acting a bit worse.
That's what I thought too, but then he's Italian and she's Polish.
So yeah, this wouldn't have worked. But I get why they did it, but it really made their acting so much worse.
Yeah, because then they also have to struggle with the English.
mm.
But who knows? Maybe they're
Amazing actors. Yeah, I wonder if they'll have amazing careers after this.
I well, they're definitely getting their spot time in the spotlight. I don't know if it's
Mm,
good time in the spotlight, but it's
true.
there.
I mean, Dakota Johnson, like she had her time. I think she's in okay movies now, right? Isn't she gonna be in Black Widow, or is that someone else I'm thinking of?
Uh, I have no idea what she's been in After 50 Shades.
I know she's been in Suspiria, the remake. Haven't seen it, can't say if it's good, but I know people have said
Oh
it's
yeah,
good.
she was in How to Be Single.
Ah, yeah, yeah. She's been in 21 Jump Street. I love that movie. Oh my god, she was in The Social Network. What?
I haven't watched that.
Okay, we're Netflix partying The Social Network because I love that movie. It's about Mark Zuckerberg and how he makes Facebook, which sounds really boring, but it's such a good movie. I can't even.
I think I've heard of it actually. She's in Need for Speed?
I have not seen Need for Speed. Oh, she's in Beastly. Have you seen that?
Nope.
It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling with like what's the girl from High School Musical? Vanessa Hudgens, and it's got Alex Petfer in it, and I've seen it. God, it's really dumb. I've seen so many shit movies. So not.
Wait, look at Dakota Johnson, 21 Jump Street. She does not look anything like herself. Is that even her?
Wait,
Like, go
hang
to
on.
pictures. Oh my god, it is her, but she
Uh,
doesn't look like herself.
yeah, no, I've seen the movie, so I know what she looks like in it, but she doesn't look like herself. But this was in like 2011, right? So like it was a while before 50 Shades.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it was. But I've seen it, but I didn't know she was in it. And now that I've seen her in, like, what she looks like in that, Jesus Christ.
She looks way hotter as a blonde.
Mm.
I really want her to play some lesbian character. I'm getting those vibes from these pictures.
Oh my god, yeah.
Okay, moving on from that.
That was a rant about Dakota Johnson.
Mm. Oh, stan her.
You are welcome.
She acts,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, maybe she's a better actress, but I don't think she got as much like criticism as like maybe someone like Kristen Stewart for being in Twilight.
Mm. She's in a league of her own.
Oh, she is in a league. But like Kristen Stewart, I kind of love her as like a person, as a
She's a
person.
mood for
Hmm.
sure.
But like, I think, do I want to get serious about the treatment of actresses? No, but I could go off
Mm.
about that. But yeah, no, Kristen Stewart deserves better, and like,
For another episode when we're doing Twilight. Stay tuned.
oh yes, okay, we got to do the whole thing.
Yeah,
Midnight Sun is coming out. I haven't read all of the Twilight books.
I haven't read any of them.
I've read the first three.
What the fuck is Midnight Sun?
It's a prequel. I think it's an Edward's perspective.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Also, why are they calling it Midnight Sun?
I have no
Hello,
idea.
my town.
Oh yeah. I was thinking, why does Midnight Sun sound so familiar? And it's because you have it.
Yeah, in
Mm.
this room, in this world.
In this room. Oh. That's cool though. I want to see the Midnight Sun. The actual thing, not the book, but yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't there was also like a Christian Grey perspective book that came out?
I've never heard of that, but I wouldn't be
I think it's
surprised.
just called Grey.
Mm. Well, a lot of these books that are like towards, I know there's like YA books or like these kind of mom porn, that's what we're calling it, books.
Yeah,
Like they always from like the female perspective, right? So they always have like a little prequel or a little thing that's like from the guy's perspective.
yeah.
I'm not surprised that that happens. Oh.
But yeah, I
Mm.
think that concludes our episode on 365 days and a rant,
Mhm.
a strange rant about
Dakota Johnson.
yeah, and light porn.
Yeah.
This episode revolved around 365 days. But now that's in a black hole. I don't know.
365 days will now be yeeted into the black hole. Yeet, yeet.
Yeet.